in
Clark
for the Goshen club. And for Holland,
for your strike Rovers.
their top couple of
Number
targets
1 in goal, Bradshaw,
are going to be Matthew Fogo and Fletcher Van Howard.
Number 18, Mason Horwath. Number 23, Ford Weaver. Number 13, Clay Wieringa. Number 34, Jack Hins. Number 35, Lance Bellinger. Number 10, Alan Alcala. Number 16, Easton Lopez. Number 3, Matthew Fogo.
Soccer fans, the National Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
And folks, when you hear that Seven Nation Army, you know that there's not a whole lot more to be said. We are just about to kick this match off. From Saugatuck High School, your Holland Strike Rovers. That's the team. Holland Rovers, the club overall, visiting Goshen City FC at the top of the table here in the Midwest Premier League's Great Lakes West. Look to end up the season that way. They've got just a 1-point lead in the standings over Lansing Common FC. And so every match down the stretch here still matters. It's a great place to be in terms of the whole division and the league itself, to just have all this parity. It's 2 full weeks off the Holland club has had since their last match. The longest break of the season for them at any point. Last played on June the 27th, a couple of Saturdays ago. Lost to that Tulip City United club on the road, 4-2. That is a sort of crosstown rivalry, as it were, both occupying the Holland area. But, you know, there can be only one kind of deal. Starting goalkeeper for Holland, Bradshaw Ullman. Ullman, a senior this past season from Alma College, and he's a Portage, Michigan native. Went to Portage Central, a former Mustang, an education major as he graduated this past season. Was, for the most part, a starter for 2 seasons over there with the Alma College Scots. We kick off, and we've got 45 on the clock for half number 1. Midwest Premier League rounding out its regular season in this coming week. You really got to circle next week, July the 18th on Saturday, as one of the more exciting days of this summer. It ought to be. So many things going to likely go down to that final day to be decided. And on that 18th, Rovers will have their season finale, taking on Lansing Common. Attacking throw coming in just a moment here. Live once more from Saugatuck High School. You're on the National Soccer Network, and we thank you. We are so thankful that quarterfinal match of the World Cup got pushed back a little bit. Hilarious, but that quarterfinal between Norway and England, originally scheduled for the 4 p.m. kick. It's going to be a 5 p.m. kick now. Tremendously hot over there in Miami. Understandable why that one was just nudged back a tad. And we thank you for clawing out some time to join us first for this one. Once we get to the half or so of this first match here, we may almost encourage you to start dual screening and just keep an eye to each screen as Norway and England match for what should be one of the more highly anticipated matchups of that cup. Into the 3rd minute. Goshen does boast the 2nd best goal differential, and in a somewhat surprising twist, Tulip City, the 3rd place club with the best overall. They're at a +10 to Goshen City's +8 on the year. Still, the most important part is that points over in your furthest right-hand column, if you do look on the standings of the Midwest Premier League website. Of course, that's MidwestPL.com. Follow along with all your favorite clubs, see the current schedule and standings as we near the end of that 10-match regular season for everybody. Whistle, tough challenge, and a foul right along that Saugatuck logo. Saugatuck schools occupy, if we recall properly, Allegan County. The enrollment for this last season in fall sports, as you determine the enrollment of your school, and that determines the division within high school that you play in. They were at 819 student enrollment. It's mid-sized, but in the state of Michigan can feel a little bit more on the larger side. Clock winding into the 15th minute. That's not a bad ball by any means. 17, Hayden Clark for Goshen on the attack. Towards that edge of his box to challenge and pick this up. Saturday, 1 week after the 4th, but yes, fireworks on deck for us is kind of our question for the entire amateur side of the soccer world. We know that the World Cup is going to be explosive enough. That's all taken care of itself, as the chase for the Golden Boot throughout that contest, throughout the entire cup, just continues to narrow and narrow and narrow. Is it Holland? Is it Mbappe? Has Harry Kane of England kind of wedged his way into the conversation? Or, of course, is it the most decorated footballer of all time, Lionel Messi? Might depend on who makes the longest run. Might depend on, do we see two of those gentlemen meet in the final? And the answer at this point is clearly anyone's guess. Though Holland and Kane will get a chance real shortly at about a 5 p.m. Eastern Time kick to sort that out and tack on a few for themselves. This Holland charge. Load up. Keeper's distribution is real slow and real short. Another nice looking touch there for 17, Hayden Clark. Clark and Javier Enciso, the top two strikers, the starting strikers for this Goshen club. Saw it when we threw that lineup up there. Their back line consisted of two, Stephen Bondi. Your center backs, Miguel Lonenko wearing 22 and 6, Jose Saldivar wearing 6, and then Flavio Cruz, the left back. You just saw it come into the camera frame for a moment there, but the team name here of Saugatuck High School mascot, the Trailblazers. And so you get that compass logo at midfield. Trailblazers lead the way, a big tagline of the school. Into the 8th minute here, you had just that one shot on goal on the last attacking possession for Holland, and none the other way registered. As always, when you look on that score bar at the bottom of your screen, you can see upcoming matches in the current division of the match that you're playing. So tomorrow on that board, you see Fort Wayne's 1927 SC. They will be taking on Tulip City, a 5 p.m. Eastern Time kick. That's tomorrow, July the 12th. That 1927 club in the standings right now in 4th place. They got a chance to move up, but only as high as 3rd with 2 matches left on the season and cannot equal where Goshen already is now. This set comes, and it's knocked well too far. For that very edge of the camera frame, that's just never really a good sign for the team taking that set piece. So we told you about the keeper, Bradshaw Ullman, in goal for Holland. And it's kind of funny that he should be an Alma College grad, as the coaching staff for the Rovers Club, it really heavily features Hope College. That is an MIAA, or a Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association, bitter rival. Maybe not as much in the soccer realm, as Hope just frankly dominates that all-time series. However, in kind of every other sport, the head man leading out Hope is Cole Hawley. For leading out this Holland club, pardon us, we sometimes just make the two synonymous because of the success of sports at Hope College, but it is indeed Cole Hawley, a 2024 grad there, and the MIAA most valuable player in that 2024 season. Unsurprisingly, of course, also won MIAA first team for his second time. First time was in his junior season in 2023. And in 3 years starting, was a contributor everywhere, but was truly their most valuable defensive player throughout that time. Was a guy that got to do a fair number of games throughout the MIAA, primarily with Division III Kalamazoo College. This attacking foul taking us into the 11th minute here. We got to see the impact that Paulie made and made 55 starts across his 3 seasons with 6 goals, 7 assists on just 16 shots on goal for his career. He also is buoyed on the coaching staff by goalkeeping coach Daniel Hesselbein. And Hesselbein, like you might imagine, a college teammate. This is just harmlessly through everybody. Another set coming in a few, though. Hesselbein himself, also in that class of 2024 from Hope College. And he a starting goalkeeper of all 4 years. Registered 24 career shutouts in 64 matches played there. And his career record as a keeper, 29 wins, just 11 losses, 13 draws. A very, very strong Hope College program, and they produced this club's coaches as well. Ooh, there's some danger to be had on that set. Sometimes that's just a mass of bodies maybe packed a little bit too tightly to get that header on that you want and have quite the spacing you're looking for. Twelfth minute going to drip on by soon enough here. Visiting Holland Rover, or pardon us, home side Holland Rovers, and visiting Goshen City FC. Here are the Great Lakes West of the Midwest Premier League. Everybody battling for final standings, and it will come down, in all likelihood, to the decisions of that final week. But Goshen in a real good spot. And in fact, if they should win this one, then the only club capable of catching them would be Tulip City. Lansing Common, you saw it when we put up the standings before this one kicked off. They are just 1 point behind. However, Goshen has played 1 fewer match total. As such, Lansing Common's max points on the season is 20, and Tulip City still with 6 points in front of them. They could reach as many as 22. It's an uncomfortable position just a little bit to not be able to completely control your own destiny, but Goshen wins out with both, well then that discussion's over anyway. 13 minutes and some change past. No score here from Saugatuck High. Holland Rovers and Goshen City FC here on the National Soccer Network. The later afternoon but not quite evening slot. You kind of beat some of the heat of the day when you do choose this as opposed to, say, a 1 p.m. or a noon kick. Although I don't know how much players feel that. One of the really maligned issues, we'll call it an issue kind of quote-unquote, of the World Cup is match breaks, hydration breaks. And yet this is one of those afternoons where, okay, it could probably be beneficial to everybody to be instituted. Ball is knocked up long. That is a tad too far on the connection. Nearly 1/4 of an hour gone by. It's a patient, a poking and prodding kind of approach on either side right now. No real all-out psychotic effort runs. ball, unable to be kept in play along that right sideline. The sort of balance required for a true tiptoe is utterly rare, and there are only so many ball handlers able to pull that off. It's not just having, what we think of traditionally as balance. It's also being able to use both feet perfectly equal in your juggling. Holland from their own end, comfortably so, though. Never in a panic, this club. As they do give it away near that midfield stripe, this does not help. The attacking throw coming in just a moment for visiting Goshen. Goshen was not just the winners of this division last season in 2025, but also the Great Lakes Conference champs overall. A very accomplished club. In their first couple of seasons, played in the UPSL Midwest Central Conference. That was 2023, 2024. Lost in the national playoffs round of 32, and then in the Central Division final in 2024. Here in 2 years in the Midwest Premier League, just about nothing but good stuff. It's a real aggressive challenge, forcing that ball off the foot, I believe, of Enciso. And it came loose, came right to the keeper. Fabulously done so far for the defense of Holland, though haven't faced a whole ton of pressure. Headed all the way back for Matsumoto, testing the edges of his area. Goshen City, so often found north of the border. Saugatuck not quite as far as they could be asked to go throughout the division, but it's a fair little trip. We've now played 18 and some change, still no score. Home side, Holland Rovers in the orange kits. And the visitors from Goshen, Indiana in the blacks. Nearly a dangerous interception. Holland slow down and, again, maintain possession, but a lot of that is within their own half. It's a tough interception to wear that just center mass. The ball had to have stung a little bit. Little touch there for Jose Saldivar for Goshen. Saldivar centering this ball, now move to attacking left. It's up that left flank. Slow and steady attacking sets for everybody so far. Not a bad looking long ball. If this is onside, could have led to a dangerous cross. That thing is going to be played out with a business decision. And one of those kind of Rosie type of balls, just cleared as far as physically possible. 20th minute, still no score. The collision right in the end zone. We figure there's got to be something to be said from a referee about that. Whistle goes off. The attacking foul was Easy enough to perceive there. Goshen City conceded just 8 goals on the season. That is fewest in this division. Unsurprising. Maybe the surprising part is considering that they are still not quite first overall in differential. That said, the points number is still the only thing that they're really concerned about at that very far edge of the standings on the right, depending on how they're written out. But typically, that very, very far right edge of the standings just tells you everything you need to know. 6-2 record for them, have not drawn once in this 2026 regular season, makes them the only club in the division that can say that. A tap right back again from Matsumoto. Holland pull this away, come into possession just beyond the half. And they may be forced to dump this back. Aggressive still from the press of 17, Hayden Clark. Ooh, referee kind of flipped his signal first from foul one way to foul the other. Now the Holland free kick restarts in a moment. Holland Rovers here from the home pitch at Saugatuck High have not been able to crack in the slightest the early defensive code. This is shot and a great stuff from Ullman, the keeper. He will, however, be seeing another set piece coming as we near the halfway points of half number one, nearly a quarter of the way through. Penultimate match of the season for this Goshen club and for Holland Rovers as well. Keeper Matsumoto continues to do a whole lot of ball handling here. He rolls this over for Stephen Bandy. Bandy and Flavio Cruz, your right and left backs, both probably touching this a little bit more than they'd like to. Clark, clever ball in. And then on the ground, no further danger. Alert from the keeper, Ullman. Ullman didn't have nearly the experience of, for example, Daniel Hesselbein, the goalkeeper coach on this Holland side. But throughout his collegiate career for 2024 and 25 at Alma, saved 99 shots against on about a 728 clip. His record won't show an outstanding number at 6 wins, 10 losses, and 2 draws on the season, but that's a whole program-wide kind of knock on Alma in the last number of years, not a reflection on one keeper. Again, he is a 269 product, a Portage Central Mustang, and a education graduate. Began his collegiate career, in fact, at Heidelberg. That is a Division III powerhouse of so many different sports. And did make an impact there, though not necessarily a positive one, unfortunately. In 4 matches played in 2023, in his sophomore season, conceded 24 goals and made 25 saves. That was a .510 percentage and had an 0-4 record as the starting keeper. Not in any way how you start. It's, of course, how you finish, because his transfer after going to Alma saw more success for him. And now here, up in these pre-professional, these amateur ranks. Ooh, he is challenged tough. He's decked. And now everybody hold their breath and extra beats. We will take another look at this big collision. Ullman, the keeper, is going to need a moment, to say the least. 25 minutes in. And the first big scare is not a score or a scoring chance particularly. It's all eyes on the downed keeper. So the discussions that we're hearing, those are about, hey, should we give hydration breaks right now or should we put it off? You heard a few say, oh, it's not that hot. But they're going to give their keeper a little bit more time to either get his wits about himself or perhaps make a change if necessary. While they take the break down on the pitch, we'll take the break down on the booth and be back with you in just a few here on the National Soccer Network.
Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs. From high-quality production to exceptional coverage, we ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today. Call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
And back out of that first hydration break. After the little dust-up, the little scare, the goalkeeper, Bradshaw Ullman, for this home club, Holland Rovers, was helped up. And play's going to continue here now into the 29th. The Goshen City keeper on the other side, Terai Matsumoto, has had one of his less eventful halves, likely of his career, probably anywhere, his soccer life. But not so much can be said for Ullman on the other side. Noisemakers, everybody. Time to get those rocking as both clubs fight to improve their final position here before we round out this 2026 regular season. Through almost one half an hour, no score. Once more, the host club, Holland Rovers, in the orange kits. And there's so much blue and so much orange around here. We mean that symbolically with the Hope College representation of the coaching staff, as well as their choice of pitch and partnering here with Saugatuck High School as, of course, same color scheme. And then that is all worked in to the kits that they rock as well. As that ball comes loose, it was for a moment, a very brief moment, an opportunity to take it, really turn it the other way. and put up a scoring chance of their own, but the Holland club just hasn't really seen a quality one to this point. Perhaps it's what we get for mentioning that fact that Goshen City has not drawn a single time this year. 6 wins, 2 losses for them. That is whipped onto the frame, struck by the keeper. A great attacking interception, though it is lost soon after. Goshen back into possession. They bring this in, looking to break down the defense, and just haven't. But their quantity in possession does bode well. It's starting to kind of be a little more lopsided in the last 10 plus minutes of match time in terms of purely that possession number. It's not a bad ball. It's just a real tough run along that end line. Great clearance off of the goal line. Long way to run. Saldivar all the way over for his left. Saldivar now throwing his hands back up. He's going to get it all the way across the pitch the other way on that right side by the numbers of the football field. Goshen City have a tendency to strike first on this season. They also have a tendency to strike last and to just suffocate a lot of good teams. That was onto the hands of Ullman and saved. What they don't have the tendency to do is give them up in bunches. If this Holland club can just put up that first one, they can really feel much better about where they sit on this match and polishing off the season strong in general.
Make it happen, GC. Come on now.
Nearly 33 minutes in here, still no score live from Saugatuck High School here on the National Soccer Network. A Midwest Premier League West Division near season finale, though not quite. One more timeout for each of these clubs coming up next Saturday. That's a turn with a great swat away from that bottom hand. Well done. Score stays where it is. One of the more dangerous ones. It's still not a scalded ball, and so the pace is probably the one critique of the shots there is to make. Not a bad-looking set. Volleyed, almost put through the uprights, but in fact, even that ball is a little bit wide right, and the field goal is no good. Fort Wayne's own 1927 in action tomorrow at home at the Fort down in Fort Wayne, and they will take on Tulip City United. Once more, that is a 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time kick. Goshen City and Holland here had the 4 p.m. kick. You just pick a number out of a hat for some of these kickoff times, but most of the matches coming up for next Saturday will be evening, talking 6 p.m. That is precisely when Holland will play Lansing Common FC, a 6 p.m. kick. Big pile up by that sideline. You had to expect that ball would go out of play at some point, and it did off of the attackers from Goshen City. We've now played 35 minutes, and we're still all deadlocked. Goshen City defending champions of this division from last season and even the Great Lakes Conference in general. 2 highly successful seasons, or 1 full season and 1 most of a season, but they're all highly successful so far since their Midwest Premier League debuts. Sliced right by the goal mouth. Again, tremendous defensive eyes from all of the backs back there with Holland. Have not allowed any of those balls to create further danger. Haven't allowed any, junk that's just sitting around to be cleaned up by any of those talented Goshen attackers. Served long across the frame, and Matsumoto knew it. He let it go. Whistle blows here. We're expecting some 37th minute substitutions.
In for the Rovers, number 6, Cash Williams.
There you go. Because of those placements of the
And number
microphones,
19, Isai Rodriguez.
we hear outstanding
Goshen,
quality
number
on the
9,
PA
Pedro
announcements.
Diaz. Number 7, Urim Castro. And number 3, Guillermo Vinagre Moraida.
That's got to be a Midwest Premier League all-name team inclusion. Is Guillermo Vinagre Moreira. Outstanding. He'll take over one of those center back spots, we believe, for Lunenko. Now into the 38th minute, that first round of substitutions. 2 on the home side, and a diving keeper, Ullman, getting worn out on the home side, but maintains his clean sheet so far. 2 for the home side and 3 for visiting Goshen City. This Goshen team plays its home matches at Goshen College in their athletic complex. And this whistle just draws the ire of everybody almost equally. When 2 meet on a challenge and nobody likes the resulting whistle, it tends to get a little bit louder. It cranks that average volume up. Restart of play coming now for Goshen City in just a few moments. Do any of those fresh legs with the substitutions factor in as we close in on the half? There's some room, if either side wanted it, to take one more round of subs. Boy, this is a dusted up Ullman. He is just being wailed on and probably has some pieces of himself already sticking to the turf. For those who have played, whether it be the beautiful game or any other game on turf in the summer, whether it's even not just the summer, but if you've got a real warm late spring lacrosse match, if you've got American football in the early August when you report for camp or those kinds of things, turf burn, as this turn is just yanked a little wide left of goal and Matsumoto. Turf burn is, when acquired, almost impossible to get rid of in the middle of the season. It's as if that pitch is magnetic, and after you get the first one, you can almost be assured that you'll open it up again at some point later on in the season. "40 minutes gone by, no score. The host club, Holland Rovers, in the sort of race for the bottom of the table, as it were, but still, because of the shortness of these seasons across the entire amateur world of soccer here in the U.S., you have room to make big improvements within just a couple of matches. You truly do. The 2-5-1 record for them, that's 2 wins, 5 losses, just 1 draw. Negative goal differential, yes, but forget all about it, truly. All you can do is the best that you can do, and that would mean winning their last 2, jumping up to 13 points. As the standings sit today, it would put them in 4th place. Referee clearly signaling the foul going against the attackers from Goshen City. As the early fouls have gone more often than not. No cards for this one yet. 1 round of substitutions each. The more stressed of the 2 goalkeepers has undeniably been Ullman. And that's another ball that makes you understand exactly why. High service in. Now popped up, rainbowed about a mile high, and the keeper will make the catch. Could have called fair catch on that one. Now we will get a look at his leg up for distribution. Oh my goodness, this is well struck. That is with 1 short defensive header all the way down to the other keeper. That has sort of shades of the Tim Howard goal with Everton. If you remember that, the legendary U.S. men's national team goalkeeper Tim Howard back in 2012, his 1 career score was really just a routine clearance from his own area, and it caught the wind properly and soared 101 yards for a goal. Rovers tough takeaway there, about 2.5 until we get to the extra time, and when that halftime break comes, we'll step out for, call it 15 minutes or so. You'll hear from a whole bunch of our sponsors here on the National Soccer Network. And then we'll just line up, reload. We'll do it all over again. How's that sound?
In for the Strike Rovers, number 20, Lewis Hara. And number 24, Levi Ballinger.
Just like we thought, there may be some room to sub before this half ends, and that's exactly what we get. Levi Ballinger, 24 on here, and Luis Parra.
Sawyer Beachy.
Goshen matching with Sawyer Beachy over at the right back spot for Bondi. Nothing coming of the free kick. Rovers hold this for a moment longer. This helps, though, as that is last played off of 14 Beachy. Helps to keep that ball in the attacking end. And if they can hold this possession all the way until you get through that stoppage time, that would be a dream to just build up your possession number and get it somewhere closer to even here for half number 1. Of course, ideally you'd love a shot or 2 on goal within this little flurry as well. Goshen City, knowing that they've got a dangerous attack, and they have from moment 1 of this 2026 season. No reason to really slow it down. Back on May the 9th, these 2 clubs met, and it was the season opener for them. That was a 4-0 win over in Goshen. And Holland from that point just kind of didn't recover quite quickly enough. And then when your meat of your schedule hits in the months of, late May and into June, that's when you find out some of those realities and you say, oh, well, yes, it wasn't how we started, although how we started did put us in a bit of a hole. Into extra time here for half number 1. Still no score. The home side, Holland Rovers, or the Strike Rovers, if you'd prefer. And sometimes they do. It's even in the title of the website, so I think that's how you know. That's a preference. Strike Rover FC. It's got a couple of fantastic translations. Bandits is a good one. Highwaymen or Land Pirates. Oh, those are all fantastic in their own way. A local Holland club provided almost entirely for their roster with Holland locals, or those real close to it. And like we say, it's in their tagline, locally sourced, and they're very proud to be a community club. Ooh, Rovers got a chance for the buzzer beater here for the first half. Oh, the ball's knocked too long down to Matsumoto. And on the foot of the keeper, their hopes for that first half buzzer beater might expire. And that was the offside flag we thought came up before we hear that whistle to blow the half dead. It's the first time either club's caught offside in this one. But that stoppage time still will expire soon. Up into the air off of Lonenko. So that does answer that question. It was, in fact, Saldivar out of those center backs, the one who departed at the first round of substitutions. You're thinking perhaps it was Lonenko, but indeed it was Saldivar. Right along that logo at midfield. Does Holland have one run in this, but 10 seconds or so remaining if they should be playing just 3 additional? We didn't hear for certain that that was the number, so it may be a tad more. The answer looks to be yes. And they'll turn and just send a Hail Mary ball down Will Goshen. This is struck well, now saved. It's a brick walls half for Bradshaw Ullman. Even if the sledgehammer has been kind of repeatedly whacking against him. That whistle for the quick foul, the restart of play. Ball in the possession of this Goshen club. But time shorter and shorter here for half number 1. Another ball just pushed too far beyond the end line. And now we will hear that extra whistle telling us, let's take it to the half. It is as deadlocked as could be. We'll take a look at how we got here for half number 1. Well, it's going to be a whole lot of possession for those in the black, and you really have to credit the goalkeeper, Bradshaw Ullman, against them a ton. keeping this scoreless with some heroic individual efforts on some sauced shots. Holland Rovers and Goshen City FC. No score here at the half. A Great Lakes West Division matchup here in the Midwest Premier League. Live from Saugatuck High School here on the National Soccer Network. We're going to step out now for the half and be with you in, call it about 15 minutes time when we come back. Half number 2 coming soon.
Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs. From high-quality production to exceptional coverage, we ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today. Call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Inside the Game podcast.
You are a soccer nation.
Have such a deep appreciation for hyper-local, community-based, lower-level soccer. There's going to be millions of fans over here that want to watch and consume as much football as they can.
What you are doing is important. And this is all about, like I said, spreading the gospel. It takes a village, right?
No, I just really appreciate being on here and you being able to provide this platform for, us and all those people grinding away at the lower leagues, just trying to make great things happen. So I really appreciate you, and you guys know what you're doing. And
Great game footage starts with VIO. Now a pass deep and up front. With NSN, we can transfer your VIO footage into a professional broadcast. Elevate your VIO experience today. Call 248-525-2083.
Opportunity and a shot and a goal!
The National Soccer Network, your home for soccer.
Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs. From high-quality production to exceptional coverage, we ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today. Call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Inside the Game podcast.
You are a soccer nation.
Have such a deep appreciation for hyper-local, community-based, lower-level soccer. There's going to be millions of fans over here that want to watch and consume as much football as they can.
What you are doing is important. And this is all about, like I said, spreading the gospel. It takes a village, right?
No, I just really appreciate being on here and you being able to provide this platform for, us and all those people grinding away at the lower leagues, just trying to make great things happen. So I really appreciate you, and you guys know what you're doing. And
Great game footage starts with VIO. Now a pass deep and up front. With NSN, we can transfer your VIO footage into a professional broadcast. Elevate your VIO experience today. Call 248-525-2083.
Opportunity and a shot and a goal!
The National Soccer Network, your home for soccer.
Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs. From high-quality production to exceptional coverage, we ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today. Call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Inside the Game podcast.
You are a soccer nation.
Have such a deep appreciation for hyper-local, community-based, lower-level soccer. There's going to be millions of fans over here that want to watch and consume as much football as they can.
What you are doing is important. And this is all about, like I said, spreading the gospel. It takes a village, right?
No, I just really appreciate being on here and you being able to provide this platform for, us and all those people grinding away at the lower leagues, just trying to make great things happen. So I really appreciate you, and you guys know what you're doing. And
Great game footage starts with VIO. Now a pass deep and up front. With NSN, we can transfer your VIO footage into a professional broadcast. Elevate your VIO experience today. Call 248-525-2083.
Opportunity and a shot and a goal!
The National Soccer Network, your home for soccer.
Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs. From high-quality production to exceptional coverage, we ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today. Call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Inside the Game podcast.
We are a soccer nation.
Have such a deep appreciation for hyper-local, community-based, lower-level soccer. There's going to be millions of fans over here that want to watch and consume as much football as they can.
What you are doing is important. And this is all about, like I said, spreading the gospel. It takes a village, right?
No, I just really appreciate being on here and you being able to provide this platform for, us and all those people grinding away at the lower leagues, just trying to make great things happen. So I really appreciate you and you guys know what you're doing. And
Great game footage starts with VIO. Now a pass deep and up front. With NSN, we can transfer your VIO footage into a professional broadcast. Elevate your VIO experience today. Call 248-525-2083.
Opportunity and a shot and a goal!
The National Soccer Network, your home for soccer.
Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs. From high-quality production to exceptional coverage, we ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today. Call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
And we want to welcome you back for the second half, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. This late afternoon match, kind of leaking into the evening match here in the Midwest Premier League. It is Holland Rovers, the home club here at Saugatuck High School. No score between them and visiting Goshen City FC. From down south of the border, they've come over to roughly the Lake Shore area, and a beautiful summer day. They're just ready to get it kicked off. Number 2. Nobody able to budge that line on their side. Will this second half see any difference? We mentioned it hilariously a couple of times in the first half, and now if we're ready to eat our words, well, sometimes that just happens here in the world of sports, as there's no guarantees. But this Goshen club has not drawn once here in the 2026 season. In danger, perhaps, of doing so, arguably, as we still sit scoreless through a full 45 and then some stoppage, which maybe even ran a little bit longer than we thought. It was 4 minutes and some change. But we are just about ready to get it kicked off for half number 2. Bradshaw Ullman, the keeper, in goal for Holland. Holland will have the orange kits and host this visiting Goshen City FC club here for half number 2 as we get it kicked off. Goshen in the dark kits. They'll be attacking right to left of your screen here for half number 2. Holland left to right for this second half. We're not saying we need to have a score. We're not saying we need a winner for this one, but it goes a long way towards ensuring Goshen City, if they pull this one down, will finish at the top of the table. If not, there becomes a good deal of room for negotiations, as it were, and then an even greater pressure on the Goshen club in their season finale. They have to travel to Fort Wayne and over to the Sport Club, taking on 1927 out of Fort Wayne. Again, that's this coming Saturday, the 18th. Quick start here for the second half. Couple of juggles, then that turn is just all caught up. And now finally knocked wide of the frame. That's a chaotic sequence to start half number 2. Isn't it funny how often you'll see that? A very, very quiet, a quaint first half will then, for whatever reason, once you come out of the break, just completely flip around and you'll start to have some fireworks fly. We mentioned it towards the top of the broadcast. We thought last week was the 4th, and so we kind of threw all of the fireworks, but looks like they are finding us here for the second half. That shot on goal was from well long, and so the distance maybe made it less of a competitive try. Nonetheless, into the 48th minute we will go now. Holland made that late round of subs right before we got into stoppage time. I think they went 2 for 2 at that point and 2 for 2 at about the 37th minute. Managing of those substitutions is also strange. It's not a bad attacking ball up left flank. Late cross, and now defensively knocked away. Still, this Holland club. Oh, boy, and finally the one crack in the armor is found. So many good crosses into some open targets
Goal for Goshen,
have been met with
number
a
9,
fantastic
Pedro
resistance.
Dieguez.
This one was the one outlier, and that is put in. We heard on that PA announcement by Pedro Dieguez. Dieguez just 3 minutes and some change into this second half, lighting the lamp for visiting Goshen City.
Hey, listen. Mason. Shit. No, look. Shift quicker. As they're coming, you come. Don't stand. Shift.
We're getting some really, really good audio, some good insight from the bench of this Holland club. Trailing now 1-0, and they've got every reason to keep their heads about them, but it's just simply that moment of frustration after that first score that has been felt more often than not here in this 2026 season for them. The -7 goal differential on the year make it, as it currently sits, -8. That is that point in the season where you start to find a club just irked, a club just upset at where they're at and feeling as if they're unable to change their luck. This is another good attacking ball. It's over the frame, but a set coming from the attacking right. As we wind down to the 51st minute, Ooh, the flag is up before that shot came off. It did come off hot too, but that is wide and offside all at once. 1-0 for visiting Goshen City Football Club over Holland Strike Rovers, if you should prefer. This looks like it may find its way all the way out. Holland not going to allow that just yet. Attacking throw back in here in the 52nd. Feels maybe like we're drifting into that further lopsided territory here for half number 2. The possession edge was clear enough to see and to feel for half number 1. .53rd minute approach. Holland just simply hasn't turned it away from their own end in the last 7+ since we kicked off for half number 2. And that's an awful lot to ask of themselves to continue to defend. It's been, for much of this season, a Goshen club in discussion for the best attacking club in the division and in the entire conference here of the Great Lakes. Holland did so much good, really primarily in goal in that first half, and then they still have that feeling of tremendous deflation off of the 1 goal conceded. You've got to have that body language rally. You got to have the energy rally. You've got to, in every way, clear your minds of whatever may have gone wrong in conceding that goal. Still so much match time to play. And remember, neither club's season finale, so you both have another one before that final scores, before those final scores are settled, rather. Norway, England, underway here for that World Cup quarter over in Miami. Into the 20th minute scoreless. If you have peeled yourself away from that to watch us over here, again, we cannot thank you nearly enough. Referee quick with his signal here of foul. Whistle coming here down into the 56th. It is refreshing truly to see this Holland club with the ball in the opposite end. Just hasn't happened a whole lot. They get a chance to set up something tricky, something sneaky. The spot where this comes from is, of course, awkward. It's beyond that football sideline. It's nearly all the way to the touchline. You see that Trailblazers logo there emblazoned. And can anybody sneak a shot up on goal? Let's see, is that going to stick with the Holland attackers? The answer is yes. It's good news as they wind down to the 57th. Conceded in the 48th. The Aggies for Goshen City. We should be fortunate, folks, that we are not also in Miami. Any of you who do have an eye on that quarterfinal match, you may have just seen 90 degrees with a feels like temp of about 102. That's the state of Florida, and it's what everybody knows that they're signing up for there, but that's a strong no thank you for many of us. Here in Holland, maybe more like 82 degrees. That's a little more tenable, perhaps. As we near that 1 hour mark, this Holland club has dug the shallowest of holes for themselves. That's the thing. It's the really salient point why you don't have to panic. It's just the 1 goal deficit. And to secure a point here would be a tremendous stride over that season opener. Again, it's back on May 9th. That is truly relatively a long time ago. That's just off the side of the frame. A 4-0 result in that one to Goshen City over in Goshen. Anything kind of south of that scoreline is already progress, right? When you match up the second time with a team that you know well and there's really no more secrets, then you show up and your results on that day will determine, have you made that progress? A play back for the keeper, Ullman. Once more, your goalkeepers both wearing the number 1 today. Bradshaw, Ullman, out of Alma College. And then the well-traveled Karai Matsumoto. This whistle draws a lot of crowd favor. Let's see if this is in the area of a PK. We had an idea that it would be close. It looks like the PK is given here as we wind towards that hour mark. What a way it would be for this Holland club to get their equalizer. It looks like we are just talking about the direct free kick. Boy, this is close. That ball is on the dot at the 12-yard line. Left hash. This would be, what are you talking? The ball's spotted there for a field goal on the Friday Night Lights. That's a 29-yarder or so. The stare down before the storm here. Some smoke, some mirrors, and then not much else. It'll fizzle out. And we're past that 1 hour mark. It's one of the best looks. In fact, maybe this has been the best look of the entire afternoon so far. It's tough to say that, but that reflects largely in what we've seen. 60 minutes of match time is enough to make that determination. Now, it's not enough to give you a final score line. That 1-0 advantage holding up for visiting Goshen City. Pedro Dieguez striking at that 48th minute, rather. There's a kind of tangling of legs that does leave a Goshen player down for a moment. No whistle came of it. Quick counter. Now slows down. Goshen may decide to just play in possession here in the attacking half for a while, exactly as they do. Handling here, Flavio Cruz. Couple great moves. Cruz stays back. The attack still looking to break down the Holland walls and pick up another score or two. 19, Alejandro Murillo. A touch back and over for his right. 10, Maxime Bregion. Strong interception. And Rovers have got to turn this into the counter run. Boy, if that ball could have snaked all the way up that sideline and come in untouched. Likely talking about the best scoring chance of the day. Ooh, boy. A no call is just going to bring further and further irate energy from this visiting Goshen crowd. That's the thing, because of the placement, again, of our microphones and our cameras, we can hear clearly enough the sentiments, whether they be, good, bad, or indifferent, coming off of the benches. '63rd minute, still 1-0 advantage for visiting Goshen City FC. And they continue to put loads and loads of pressure on Bradshaw Ullman. Second verse, same as the first here for this half. That charge ends with the little Goshen mistouch from Dieguez, the goal scorer. Only available substitution still for Goshen City, the reserve keeper, Carter Lopez. And from what we've seen, we believe it's their final striker off the bench, 7, Urim Castro. '64th minute passes us by. 65th minute greets us with this scoreline. It's still locked at 1-0 to Goshen City FC. Midwest Premier League, Great Lakes West Division regular season matchup, the penultimate match of each of these clubs' regular seasons. Goshen City
11,
out in front, top of the table. And substitution here coming in for Holland. Interesting, we had Fletcher Van Houw listed in their starting lineup originally, and we're now told that he is the substitution that comes on. We wonder what was at odds with our starting lineup. Our apologies, though. This will be the chippy. It's over the keeper, a top bar. Bam. And that might be the dagger, too, at the 65th.
Goal for Goshen, number 9, Pedro Dieguez.
Dieguez with his brace. Tremendous ball into him. And then there are some who have said at time, okay, a top bin is not necessary all the time if you've got some other ways of scoring it, right? Could you go nutmeg? Could you go just lightly around the keeper to the right? That's one. I think the angle may have been sharp enough on Dieguez's left that he did make the right choice. It's more than just a chippy. It's more than just a chip shot over that keeper's head. It's got to be done with a little of a little bit of authority. Pedro Dieguez. Both goals for Goshen City. As this is knocked beyond the end line, we're nearing the 3-quarter mark of this match, and feels very much now in hands for Goshen City. Just considering what they have done defensively, their keeper, Tarai Matsumoto, kept so clean. We know he's got all the ability in the world to hang with top attacks, but just simply has not been under next to any pressure here in this second half. A phenomenal place for your goalkeeper to be in is when you kind of relax. Funny as it is to say, but that ball just spends so much time on the opposite end of the pitch from you. That's exactly the situation that he's found himself in. Now, that could at any time be quelled by the Holland attack. Cleared right off of that final U in Saugatuck. Over in that far end zone. A long ball might hit and split. Not a bad spot. Right foot shot, snaked in and scored! And it's an avalanche all at once. This time, Urem Castro.
Goshen goal number 7.
3-0.
Castro.
Goshen City FC has, we've heard their message. The first half had the feeling that maybe one score would do it. And then the next, say 25 here after, nearly 25 after kickoff, have the feel that this is kind of an imposition of will, and this club could score as many times as they'd like before this one opens, or before this one closes. Just astounding. That final Rovers substitution likely comes. 70th minute now, they trail. Dieguez got him twice. Castro got him once. All in just over 20 minutes of match time. Rovers needing to dig deep. This interception within the attacking end could create another real nice chance. Oh, Moy. Oh, a slashing attack just didn't cleanly connect. From right down by that corner flag. Little sideways flip off the, off the post. The keeper juggled that and for a moment likely had some mild arrhythmia. Scary, scary look there. That one, thankfully, does not find its way in the back of the net. And a goalkeeper in that situation has nothing to offer but gratitude for sort of those soccer gods keeping that one out. (3-0) your score. 71st minute. Goshen City FC doing damage here in this entire second half from practically the moment it kicked off. It's 48th minute Dieguez, it's 65th minute Dieguez, and then 69th Castro. It's not a bad looking serve, just a bit too tall. After this mugging, this turn might roll on in, and it's one more score. Oh boy. The train is off the tracks on one side. And clearly the other side is well ahead of schedule.
Goshen goal, number 7, Euro Castro.
Of touches for Castro that time. And it's just fed into him oh so lightly from Murillo, too. Dieguez twice, Castro twice in the span of 27 minutes. Murillo picking up that assist on score number 4 for Goshen. This is the next hydration break as we're into the 73rd. We will take a brief moment to step out as they will take a moment to hydrate up on the pitch. Understandable here with the 84-degree day from Saugatuck High. Will step out with the 4-0 big old advantage to Goshen City FC.
Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
And back out of the final hydration break given here at the 72nd minute. It is an astounding shift from a scoreless first half to a 4-0 advantage for visiting Goshen City here in the second. Tanner White once more, glad to be with you this afternoon. A Midwest Premier League Great Lakes West Division matchup. And Goshen City looks to put their grasp even tighter around that top spot, the top of the table here for the 2026 season in this Great Lakes West. Came in with a 1-point advantage over Lansing Common FC. The only club that they can catch, or the only club rather that can catch them from behind, Tulip City United. That Tulip City club would need to win out. They have 2 matches left. One with Fort Wayne's 1927. That's actually underway. They're in the first half, scoreless near the half today, as well as the 18th. That's next Saturday, 7 p.m., a home tip with Midwest United. If Tulip City wins both of those, then it is irrelevant what Goshen... Or no, let us check on that. Pardon us. No, Goshen will, if winning both matches remaining, as it looks for all the world that they're going to take this one, and then their final match on the season, if they do take that finale with 1927 as well. They control their own destiny. However, you lose either one of those two, and that's when you can get leapfrogged by Tulip City. Now, they, of course, know these scenarios much better than any other does. Just inside that locker room, on that training pitch, and on the bench, those who need to know are aware of that. You can't play that way. You can't allow that to leak into play on the pitch. And no matter anybody 1 through 11 in that starting lineup, all the way on down through your 16th, 17th man off the bench, you name it. Most important thing is control what you can control each and every match. And they are largely in control of the division. Ooh, boy, two attackers just tabletopped one another. Will we see the injury stop? We had a feeling that the answer was yes. And Ciso looks to have taken the worst of it. He's the one further toward the goal. He's going to need a moment or two for certain. Now, both of these collided attackers are up off the pitch. That's good news. We will take one more look at this. Just a tough spill. There's a defender that kind of causes those two to have to, in trying to avoid, ironically, the challenge, run into each other.
Number 17, Hayden Clark. Number 14, Sawyer Beachy. Number 5, Zachary Huff. And number 12, Carter Lopez.
A whole bunch of substitutions going on. We can finally say a goalkeeper change for this one as well. It was a quiet 77 minutes or so for Torai Matsumoto, and he is now tagged out by Carter Lopez, the reserve keeper. That is it's a business decision, I think, at this point in the match. It was very, very likely to start to see those benches really unload by the time that fourth score came in. Even at the 3-0 advantage, we didn't necessarily expect it. And then when the wheels were fully off on one side, that is when everyone sort of made that realization. '79th minute here. All the subs now, you don't want to say blown through because it's sort of judiciously used to get here into the 78th, now the 79th minute, and use everyone as you should choose to. And that served right into the new keeper, Carter Lopez's hands. It's Carter with a K. We're not entirely certain what we want you to do with that information, but we know it to be true. Rovers seeing just maybe 20 attackers. Seems like there's, double of everyone down in that attacking end at some point. This whistle, the yellow card comes up. It's time for everyone to keep their heads. It looked to go on 17, Hayden Clark. Clark has kind of been the least used, and not even kind of. He has been the least used of all the Goshen strikers. You've got 2 goals apiece for Pedro Dieguez as well as Yurem Castro, all hitting between the 48th and the 72nd minutes. Astounding how quickly this match flipped. You just heard from the bench, too, the call asking, hey, exactly who was
In for the
that
strike
card
Rovers.
on, and they did determine it went on.
Number
Hayden
9,
Clark.
Kevin Torres. And number 21, Cappy Urbina.
Holland with what could be their final round of subs here. Kevin Torres and Axel Urbina. Torres in the 9 kit, Urbina wearing the 21. Holland now feeling at least we can get one for the pride. Let us not kind of go quietly into that good night, as it were. And we mean that to a degree, literally, as even though it's not particularly cloudy, you'll start to wind down towards evening time. A strong chase. And that's what maybe we notice most about this Goshen attack is they never once give up on a play, never once concede a run before knowing for certain that that ball is out of play or it's a shot saved and into the hands of the keeper. A relentless attack, and they've shown that they can get you from many angles. Rovers charge is smacked away, and then you got an attacker taking a seat. 82nd is going to wind on by, and this 4-0 scoreline still looks like it'll sit right where it is. Struck well up this right flank and now pulled arguably on target. I think the reserve keeper Lopez will have to make the argument, and now here does sort of dramatically dive on the ball as he's being pressed, no put in air quotes. Wandering on through the 83rd minute, yes, but it is still a 4-0 contest, and we wouldn't necessarily put it past this Goshen club to feel as if they need the one more score. Goal differential, for what it's worth, could matter. If something were to happen standings-wise where they end up even with somebody else, presumably it would be Tulip City with that chance. You just don't want to risk any of it at all. Best thing is, again, to control exactly what you can control at every match, and that would mean for this one, while we've still got time left on the clock, let's continue attacking. Takeaway here from Stephen Bandy. Clark, the receiver of the yellow card just a few minutes ago, still out there. Murillo receiving that one. He laid in that last ball that saw the second score from Urim Castro, the 4th score overall for Goshen for the match. 85th minute, tick, tick, ticking. And did that ball head out of play? It's close. I think we are looking at the attacking corner kick coming. 85th minute. As if you needed to give this Goshen City club any help. Up from the friendly confines of Goshen, Indiana, where the Goshen College Maple Leaves play at the Goshen Athletic Complex. Keeper gets one hand on it. Watch for this turn. My, oh my, that is scorched. But it went just high over that crossbar. That could have been one insane exclamation mark of a goal. It was not to be, and it isn't entirely what one would call necessary.
see the space. Turn. You're in.
This run from Clark, it starts way long ago. A good idea for Clark to give it off, in fact, but then the keeper goes out, ventures way off his line to make that challenge. Assisting on that Goshen run, Sawyer Beachy, all the way up from his right back spot. Talk about hitting a top gear. It's not even about the fact that Beachy wasn't able to put up a shot on goal on that possession. It's that he ever reached to that ball in the first place. Clark will lose this, give it away. Holland will be unable to clear, however. Eli Simons puts this down into that first U in the Saugatuck. Once more live from Saugatuck High School. It's the last time we'll remind you for the afternoon. As the afternoon starts to leak into the evening, visiting Goshen City FC, still holding that 4-0 advantage. Talk about keepers off of their lines. Hello, nearly to the 25-yard line for Carter Lopez, the reserve keeper for the Goshen club. This whistle coming up here at the 88th. Norway and England now 1-1 at the half. Jude Bellingham with an equalizer shortly before that halftime break. We thank you once again. If you're able to peel yourself away from World Cup quarterfinal action to dive deep into the Midwest Premier League here and give up your Saturday for us, we are oh so grateful here to have you on the National Soccer Network. Long service, looks like it might not stay in play. In fact, it does. That's great hustle. What do we tell you? This Goshen City club just does not give up on a chance any time. And a shot banged just to the left of the frame. To the 89th we go. This match just about ready to expire. And a little tighter each and every moment is that grasp that Goshen City has on the top spot. The top of the table here in the Great Lakes West Division. Won the Great Lakes West and the Great Lakes Conference overall. Last season in 2025, their debut season here in the MWPL. If they should have more of the same to come, it's tough to say that that would surprise anybody. Emphatic whistle coming up here. And nobody, again, seemingly all too happy about it. The top of the table club overall in the Great Lakes is FC Pontiac. Over in the East, they are an undefeated club with a plus 19 differential. They've conceded just as few goals as has this Goshen City club, 8 for the whole season, but they've also scored 27, which, as you may imagine, leads the entire Great Lakes. Into the 90th, we'll just tick on through these last formalities before we get you out of here for this second Saturday of July that has seen all of the fireworks that the 4th would have merited.
Jono, take it. Hey, you take it. Jono, take it. Jono, take it.
Holland ready to put this ball back in play as we look to round out regulation, and we'll get to stoppage time in 3, 2, and 1 or so. Sent way long. There's room for a few more Hail Mary balls, truly, if this Rovers club is going to be able to tack one on the board on their side before we get out of here. That ball is just kind of into no man's land. Unfortunate, because it wasn't a bad spot to attack if they had a man there. They give up that possession, and that ball looks to roll to nether regions. That's why you've got your ball runners out there no matter the weather. no matter the roughly 84 and sunny here still in Holland. Eli Simons, great move. The open point blank score. That's a 5-piece, and it's scorching hot. Get it now.
Goshen goal number 17, Hayden Clark.
Clark is going to get his first. It's a tad bit of redemption. It's Clark from Simons. Into the stoppage time. The dagger was quite a while ago. These are more of the after Caesar already kind of laid there after his betrayal by the troops. We're trying to remember exactly how many dagger wounds Caesar had. I'm hearing it's an estimated 60 conspirators and maybe a total of about 23 stab wounds. Regardless, this has some of that feel. You do have a body down here at about that 15-yard line. Referee over to check on this as we are into the stoppage time. Hate to see that. At any point in a match, yes, but much more so in a match like this that was decided by the time maybe we crossed that 3-0 mark back in the 69th. 2 from Pedro Dieguez, 2 from Yoram Castro, and the most recent score for Hayden Clark from Eli Simons. This little dust up just beyond the logo, and a Holland foul there. That foul whistled against Urbina. At least 4 minutes of extra time, as we've already played the first 3. This Holland club will get swept in the season series against Goshen City. Remain winless against them all time. As that final whistle blows, we know that now for a secure... Oh, no, pardon us. Not the final whistle. A shame on us. We heard it so loudly, we just assumed it was going to be. But the facts of the case here remain. Still have not beaten Goshen City since they've made their way here in the MWPL. And this is the club's largest defeat of the 2026 season. 4-0 was already their largest. That was against this very same Goshen club back at their place on May the 9th. And it's paid back even bigger here for the second matchup. Goshen City FC, we have heard their message loud and clear. The visiting club puts up a 5 spot, taking down these Holland Rovers. Let's take a look at how they did it. This first goal, in fact, ends up at the 49th minute. Shame on us, we've been saying 48th. It was Pedro Dieguez. These perfect sets just started to pile up, and the quantity plus quality combo. Dieguez, that top bin, just nasty there in the 55th for his brace, happened real quickly. This club would come back. They say, yeah, we're not nearly satisfied with that. Into the 68th, this is snuck under that full guard, and Yoram Castro got onto the board. Castro gets another great chance, the nutmeg into the 72nd, and just when you thought, nah, they might give up, they might take the foot off the gas, one more stoppage time score, the last one, Hayden Clark, and Goshen City runs away with the 5-0 victory. Still at the top of the table here in the Great Lakes West. A real good chance to hold on to that, to polish off the season. 7-2-0 record for them now on the season. 21 points overall. In second place, Lansing Common FC with 17. And in third place, Tulip City United with 16 points. The only club capable of catching them if Goshen City does not win out, if they don't take their last match against Fort Wayne's own 1927. That is going to be one of the best matchups of the season. You don't want to miss that one over on the 1927 SC YouTube channel on next Saturday, July the 18th, a 6 p.m. kick. Folks, we are so thrilled to have had you with us here on the National Soccer Network. Remember to always tip your camera crews as well as your production team over in the studio. We can't say enough thanks to each of them and to all of you for peeling yourself away from the World Cup quarters and everything else that you may have been doing on this fine and beautiful Saturday to spend it with us. We'll step out now and say thank you once more for joining us. Tanner White, so glad to have been with you this evening here on the National Soccer Network.